Greetings and salutations, everyone. I'm Ekamek.
Alright, Murray. Head for the castle's main gate and power down those searchlights. While you do that, Bentley and I will climb our way up to the top of the castle. Good luck.
This is Let's Play Sly 2 Band of Thieves. In the last episode, we did the last bit of prep work. In this episode, we start Operation High Road.
I hope that general guy told the truth, or this is gonna get ugly. Oh yeah! The lights are down, Bentley. Time to call in the cavalry. I'll see if I can find some extra firepower to help out.
Attention, bloodthirsty mercenary forces! The castle
Defenses are down. Seize this opportunity for aggressive military action by pressing and attack all of the castle. Charge! For victory! For glory!
That should do it!
Now that you're done being a warmonger, feel like paragliding over to that blimp?
Just make sure to grab the rope hanging off that thing. I don't want to drown.
Oh, come on. Since when has that ever happened? We've got blown up by tanks instead. That's much different.
Hold on, pal. This could get rough.
Oh, that's not the guy. Okay, the smoke bomb doesn't work on these guys, it looks like.
All right, let's head for the re-education tower.
What? The mercenaries have breached the castle defenses? All of you go! Defend this tower to the last man! Don't worry, my dear. I still have time to finish with your readjustment.
Let me out of here and I'll readjust your face.
Okay, partner. Looks like the Shadow Guard is out of the picture. You ready to free our violent little princess?
Affirmative. That Iron Tech 250 is a fully integrated system. Access to Carmelita's restraints has to be in this old terminal somewhere.
Alright, time for a hack job, but oh dear. Spamming those ones. Yeah, this one's a bit trickier than usual. Makes me think of Pac-Man for some reason. Here we go.
That should do it.
Aha! I've isolated the brain pattern. You and I are about to become the best of friends.
Okay, new best friend. Hands up. And I mean all of them.
My dear, you really should... Shadow Guard! Shadow Guard!
Come back here, you witch!
No Carmelita boss battle.
That Carmelita. Always trying to resolve her problems with the shock pistol.
She is rather truculent. Stand clear, Sly. This might have a larger blast than anticipated.
Now there's a word to look up the meaning to later. Truculent.
Bentley, you okay?
This is no place for an asthmatic. But I've located one of the Clockwork Eyes. Can you find the other?
No worries, chaps. It's safely in hand.
Oh no.
Mila?
Thanks for clearing out the Contessa. Nothing I did could pry her away from the Clockwork Eyes. One should be enough for the old bird. Ta-ta!
Bentley, take the eye and escape on the blimp. I'm going after Neela.
But the plan, this wasn't in the plan.
Since when do things go according to plan? I think only ever in the second heist of the game. They've always gone wrong somehow. Anyhow, we have the boss version of a person.
Focus your attack on the Contessa's blimp.
Heads up, Bentley. You're about to come under fire. Get to the blimp's turret and
So
stay
yeah,
sharp.
no mercy catch up this time. If she gets away, she gets away. Also, unfortunately, we can't actually damage her. Oh dear, she also uses her whip to cleverly set up traps for you, like setting off explosives. We can't hit her at all, which is unfortunate because in previous ones, that would be a flat-out game over. Kind of odd that she also happens to have a paraglider. Just at the same time that we got one. Yeah. So, she's leading us to the guillotine. Guess what she cuts just as she leaps through? Grizzly. I think that has actually caught me in the past at least once. Thankfully, it's not an insta-kill. It just has the same sort of crush damage that you'd expect from everywhere else. And we got up, so we started the cutscene before she got here. Well,
People
you in a
really
sticky
should watch where
situation.
you're going. This place is dangerous.
What a troll.
Don't you dare! That eye is mine! It's mine!
Actually, Mr. Cooper, the eye belongs to me.
Oh dear.
Heads up, Bentley. You're about to come under fire. Get to the blimp's turret and stay sharp.
Okay, I can do this. I can do this.
Turret mission against Neela's bombers. Because of after all the trouble they put me through last episode, they kind of have it coming.
Watch out!
He also used the same voice clips he did from his booby trap defense mission, which is kind of cool. Not all the time, but he does use them.
Heads up.
I think he... Oh darn. I don't think he's ever used my favourite kill quote, actually. Which is eat physics? That's such a Bentley thing to say.
Sorry about that. Watch out!
A little thing about the Neela Pursuit mission that we just got through. It uses her old chase segment music from when she was actually a friend from in India in Paris.
The sky's all clear. Okay, guys, I'm heading out for our rendezvous.
Come back here, Contessa. That getaway blimp won't save you!
Darn it.
Oh, Hades, Sly, can you read me? Carmelita shot out the guidance system, and the blimp's descending at a decidedly unsafe rate. I'm going down! Down! Down!
Uh-oh.
That eye belongs to me, and I want it back.
No way. You think I'm crazy? Actually, on second thought, don't answer that. I really don't want your professional opinion.
Not crazy, just stupid. You're an ignorant child playing dress-up in his father's legacy. Oh, I know all about you and the Cooper clan.
Then you'll understand why this eye needs to be destroyed.
Short-sighted fool! I've no interest in your narrow interpretation of morality. I'm above all that. Above good and evil.
And you think I'd give the eye to someone that's above morality?
Enough talk, insect. It will be just as easy and more fun to pry it from your cold, dead hand.
Oh dear. Yeah. Step 1. We need to set up our new new gadget, or at least rather. Actually, all we really need to do is put on the combat dodge, but for the person who's technically the cunning and brains of the Clockwork Gang, she is a very rough boss battle. If there's one that I'm worried about losing to, it's her. Because that rush attack! I should also point out that if you get off the...
Guys, I'm alive!
Hands up, turtle. Give me the clockwork eye. Give it here. Now keep your hands up 10 minutes after I leave. I'll be watching.
Carmelita, she... Oh, the guys are going to kill me.
So yeah, if you get... There's no technical fall damage around the arena, but if you go out of bounds, and that doesn't just mean falling off, it also means if you run along those walkways for too long, then she'll actually hit you with a web lasso and drag you back to the arena, right in front of her for one of her rush attacks to instantly damage, so... Stick around! Don't try to kite her, or rather, don't go out of bounds.
Enough. You've shown me the error of my ways.
I feel sorry for you. All your education and you still don't know right from wrong. Huh? Oof!
I know enough not to let my guard down around an intellectually superior opponent.
She got the eye? She's got the eye!
That's really bad.
How's this thing work? What's this do? And this?
Guys, help! Carmelita took the eye, and she's trying to get away in one of the Contessa's tanks.
Don't worry about it, little buddy. I won't let her get away.
I hope you learn too quickly how to use these tanks.
She won't be hard. Keep on yelling at her to stop that tank.
Yeah, you gotta get the hang of this very quickly.
That tank? Oh yeah. I'll grab the eye while Carmelita's still stuck in her tank, then come around to pick up Bentley for a quick exit. Do what you can, Sly. We'll all hook up at the rendezvous for extraction.
There's nowhere left to run. We both know I can beat you in a fight. So why don't you just hand over the eye?
You're right, Cooper. In a battle of strength, you've proven yourself. But with this clockwork eye, I can battle in your mind.
She has a new attack to her arsenal, and they actually took very good advantage of the fact that we have two clockwork parts in this area, with how they keep swapping between which side is doing it. Carmelita can get away if you don't damage her enough. Oh goody, I was hoping I'd get to show off this effect. If she catches you with the clockwork eye, she hypnotizes Sly and... And that happens. Oh yeah, that's got surprisingly good range. The thing is that it's not the worst attack if you have the combat dodge equipped. Oh dear. You can't stop walking though, so... Yeah, the spider doesn't care.
You've got a strong mind, Cooper. I never would have guessed.
15 minutes. I was afraid of this.
Things hadn't gone exactly to plan, but the Contessa was beaten and the Clockwork Eyes were finally mine.
No way they were that small in the
The
game.
Contessa was arrested and brought to trial for the crime she committed while working for Interpol. Their PR damage control went one step further by promoting Nila, the hero of Prague, to the rank of captain. Carmelita, still on the outs with Interpol, had to run with the rest of us. To my surprise and eternal delight, I got to help my favorite policewoman escape from the cops. I tried to put it all out of my mind. This claw business was spiraling out of control, and I knew that my gang was at the center of it. We'd be back in action soon enough, but for now, well, we just laid low for a while.
And it looks like I'm going to have to go into the next episode because we got through the heist that quickly. Alright, we won't do the first mission, but I'll explore a bit. How about that? He Who Tames the Iron Horse. It's time to go to Canada.
Following the trail of spice shipments, we made our way up to Nunavut Bay, Canada, the secret hub of Jean Bisson's shipping empire. As a young man, he trekked across Canada to strike it rich during the gold rush of 1852. An avid prospector, he took some chances and ended up buried alive in an avalanche. Miraculously, the quick freeze kept him alive, and 120 years later, thanks to global warming, he thawed out. A product of his time, he dreams of taming the wild north, damming every river and chopping down all the trees, with progress delivered at the sharp end of an axe. Shipping spice for the Claw Gang proved a lucrative way to bankroll his one-man war against nature. And yet, I have to feel a little sorry for him. He's just a normal guy from the 1850s. Back in his day, he'd be a hero, but today, he's a villain. Either way, that man's got more than his fair share of the clockwork parts. What a low-tech guy like Jean Bisson is doing with robot parts is a mystery. I almost don't want to know. But as always, it's only a matter of time before I find out.
Sly Cooper and the gang in He Who Tames the Iron Horse. So yeah, there's a thing about these smart guards of this area actually that I've never really had the time or method to prove. But
I'm
I've...
the lead on the clockwork parts. Head through town and out into the wilderness.
But they carry flare guns. Or maybe they aren't flare guns, they're just some sort of old-fashioned pistol. But basically, whenever they shoot at someone, there would always be a recoil, and it would fire up into the air as well. And it always made me wonder, does this make them actually even harder than the Vulture Guards? Because they already have the taking a hit means that I'll counterattack by firing the gun. But now does it mean that when they attack, they also raise the alert in the local area? Because they technically already did that. Anyway, actually, this is a thing that we do need to take into account after. Alright, I'll go the safe way. So, in the previous area, the safe unlock mission was at the very end. Like, it was the last batch of 3, so, and we technically got the Rage Bomb at the very end of the world. In this one, you get the safe mission almost at the very start. Also, we have the equivalent of the Contessa's tanks. These snowmobiles. If you get spotted on the side, the back opens up and out pop a bunch of ducks, so they function like the elephants. If they see you from the front, then they blast at you with the turret on top, like the Contessa's tanks. Also, like Contessa World 1, well, the first of the Prague worlds, we have trains around, but we aren't going to do anything to shut them down. Or rather, they're always going to be a constant threat, and yes, they will insta-kill you if they run you down. Yeah. And you'd think, well, that definitely makes this world sound super hazardous, but we aren't done yet. There are bears around. They are exceptionally dangerous. It's possible to kill bears, it's just not very easy. As far as I know, well, let's see. Murray, his second punch will always inflict a bit of a stun on them, so he can beat them down with raw aggression. Because yeah, hippos are dangerous. Bentley, if you use the skill gotten from the final world, you can actually lock them in place and use a bomb to kill them, which is also kind of impressive. With Sly, it takes the... Oh, speaking of bears, here's a bear. Stay away from it. Sly, with his 7th world safe power-up, is capable of burning through most of his gadget grid to end one of the bears. But it costs an awful lot. Of course they hid clue bottles in the bear cave, why wouldn't they? They can also respond to guard alerts. And so it can be quite horrifying to be on your way to... Uh-oh. Bear! Listen, you don't want to stick around, mate. You don't want to stop me from taking this Viking shield. You want to run away from the bear. The bears will also attack guards along the way. You know what? Oh, I can't use Bentley or Murray until I've unlocked the whole thing. Oh, it's not a Viking shield, it's just a gold plate. The hover pack is interesting. Berserker Charge we know about from the first of the Contessa's worlds. Silent Obliteration. Finish off juggled enemies without attracting attention. That's actually pretty cool. You know how up until now whenever we use our triangle square attack, it's a loud slam? If we get the Silent Obliteration, it replaces the slam with a quiet takedown. Now, it's not saying that it's impossible to generate noise because there's still the noise of hitting the guard, and they might shout out in panic. But it's definitely a lot quieter than the slam which raises the alarm in the local radius. Hello. Goodbye. The thing about the Berserker Charge is that it also has a guaranteed knockout, and that doesn't sound like much considering 2 of the 3 guards already get knocked out from a single punch. It does stun the Flashlight guard, so it's basically giving Murray the knockout dodge. No, knockout dive, sorry. we have the metal clang even on wood. You know what? There's just two of you. Actually, now that I think about it, I think you can run over the bears with trains. Which is awful, but they're also terrifying, so... It shows where my weird train of thought is, thinking ahead of one of the megaphone announcements that we're going to have, but I'm actually reminded of a kids show where it was basically a whole bunch of nature documentaries presented for kids, but the two brothers were... I did the double uppercut trick, cool! But yeah, and they got into an argument about what's the most terrifying thing in Africa, the lion or the ant? Because the ants are vicious, but then so are the lions. And then they got to the answer, which was neither. They're both terrified of the African badger. Yes, because we've got a prospector crime boss here, everyone's carrying gold. Yeah. Oh dear, someone just got killed. The funny thing is that with the bears, if you're far away enough from enemies that they kill, then they actually throw the gold to you because it's assumed that you got a kill via fall damage or something. It's hilarious. Bears are profitable. Train. There's actually... These trains are actually supposed to be ridden on. So there's pipes on the side that you can cling to at both the front and the back. Although if you get on at the back, the trains move a little bit too fast for you to get any further on the front. I love how the action music for the combat music for this area has a banjo in it. It's just funny. But in case I haven't said it, and maybe it's not obvious, the ducks are the heavier small guards around here, so if you hit them, they slide across the ground and then counterattack. I also hear a bottle here. That didn't work. There we go. Oh, there's also another really funny trick you can do here. If you press and hold the circle button on the ground when you're close to one of those pipes on the trains, but not close enough that you can actually get it. Let's see if I can pull it off here. No. Yeah, what happens is that Sly reaches his cane out to grab onto it, but he misses. And if you keep holding it down, then it actually acts like a radar. And it just points out where that pipe has gone to. It's hilarious. Bear traps. If you step on them, you get bear trapped. You can use triangle attacks to destroy them as Sly. You can use bombs to destroy them as Bentley. And you can use Stomp to pick them up as Murray. Also, those moles. I guess they're sort of like the snakes. They take one hit to scare off, but they're actually impossible to kill. Also the ice. You see how there's the clearish bluish ice and then further ahead there's the white snowy ice? If you get too close to the white ice, or maybe if you get onto it, I'm not entirely sure, it breaks out from underneath you and you die. Like, it's an instant kill in the... you instantly drown if you land in that water. But if you come back with Sly's final ability, I think there's a specific way that it calculates whether the ice should break or not. And Feral Pounce bypasses it, and you can actually go way out of bounds with it. It's the sort of thing that only someone who's played this game a lot more times than they should hasn't learned, but yeah. It still gives you a slight attack when the ice cracks out from underneath you. I mean, fighting 3 ducks isn't that bad. It's just not something I'm particularly invested in right now. Uh-oh. He heard me all the way down there, and so he's running the long way to get at me. Well, once you go past, you'll know for certain that it'll be safe to go through. Bottle there. And we have the Eternal Icicles from the Panda King's world back in China in Sly 1. I feel like I at least owe it. Oh! Here we go! We did the thing! This is so awkward, but it's hilariously awkward. Anyhow, where was I? The climbing wall hooks. The game does actually tell you how to get these. It's just it does it in the very first mission here, and I'm not doing that because, well, I want to get all the clue bottles before I start it to save time. And I should probably end the episode with 8 clue bottles, so we're pretty close already. Oh, clue bottle, clue bottle, clue bottle, no, no, no! There. Anyhow, I guess I'll end for now. Until next time, guys, take care. I'll see you all around.